can't keep doing what they're doing. They are still doing what they're doing because they still have the power. They're in the positions of power. And we, when I was in Barcelona at this, at the Global Samud Flotilla, I met Ione Belarra. I don't know if you know, she's the Spanish politician who was really outspoken at the start of the genocide. And I was talking to her and interviewed her about the current situation. And she said, last year with the Global Samud Flotilla, with the protests around the world, with the impact of social media and everyone, all the podcasters and everyone, speaking out, they believe that there was enough pressure that caused America to force Israel into a ceasefire with Gaza, which, we have definitely seen a reduction in the amount of atrocities being committed against the Palestinians in Gaza, but still every day people are dying, people are being massacred in Gaza. And she said civil disobedience, the activism that is being witnessed around the world, is critical for us to continue to force those powers to change. And it is happening. Look at Meloni in Italy, the pressure from within her own parliament. That was phenomenal. One of the Greens MPs humiliated her on the military deal. So they've cancelled or not renewed the 6-year military deal. These things are happening, and that is what we need to see more of. And we just need to keep the pressure on. We need to encourage our politicians wherever you are around the world. You need to write to your politicians. You need to and encourage them to stand up against this. Say you're not going to accept it. We as civilians who believe in justice and truth need to have our voice heard by our local politicians, because politics is where it's at. Politicians in America coming up to the midterms in November are scared to death that they're going to lose their seats. They're going to lose power. This is your chance, America, to really put pressure on your local representatives and force them to change their policy, to stop taking money from AIPAC, stop taking, any funds from anything that supports an Israeli perspective or the funding of Israel and weaponizing of Israel. This is your chance, America, and we really need you to do this, America. Our future, honestly, the whole world is relying on the Americans right now to step up in a way we've never needed them before. We need Americans to stand up, speak out, and vote against any politician that stands with Israel.